And we are live on Facebook as well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Very exciting. Very exciting. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to everybody. Welcome, welcome, everyone who's joining live. Instagram, Facebook, both places, super exciting. And whew, it is hard to do both things at once. All right, let's dive in. Let's dive in. We are going to talk about today how to stop writing what I call billboard copy, and how to really tap into your audience's true desires, right? And this is something that I really see a lot. When I get people coming to me looking, wanting to look at their messaging, going, okay, I'm writing copy, I am putting words out to my audience, and they're not really resonating. I feel like I'm close, but I'm not truly there. I'm not truly resonating. And the question is why? And I had someone tell me this on a call. It felt like they were writing billboard copy. It felt like they were just putting words on a billboard, great at getting attention. Like, hey, all right, I'm hungry, pull over at the next stop, let's get off the highway and eat, which is great if you are hungry, if you have an audience who is already hungry, but less good if you are trying to really connect with your audience. And if you are selling a higher ticket program, $1,500 and above, that solves a specific problem that's education and expertise based, you have to connect with them first. So first of all, if that's you, say hi. Let me know that you can see me, hear me, that everything is working. But if you are trying to connect and sell an offer at a four-figure or more price point, it's got to be more than just, hey, I'm hungry, pull over. You have to connect more deeply with your audience. And here's where the trouble is because most people are really thinking, first of all, either they're thinking really surface level when it comes to their avatar. They're thinking like, okay, this is Sharon. She drives a Prius and she, watches what's a Desperate Housewives or whatever, and you come up with all these external things without really getting to the core of what's going on emotionally, what is driving, what core emotions are driving her to make decisions. So let me back up for a second. And if at any point you have questions, comments, feel free to drop them in. Drop them in the chat and I will do my best to answer them. Let's back up for a second because I have been doing this for a little while, at least 16 years of writing copy. And I've written copy behind the scenes for 7- and 8-figure businesses, over $100 million in sales total over the course of my career. So I've written a lot of words over the years. And the most important thing is knowing exactly how to meet people where they are. Meaning, what needs to happen is you need to be able to understand and describe someone's problem to them better than they can describe it themselves. What happens is then people start going, oh, okay, you totally get where I'm coming from. And even before you've said a word about your offer, your price point, what you're selling, what your course even is, you have people's attention because you see them. You truly understand what's happening. You understand what's happening emotionally and what's motivating them to make decisions. And so more than just writing words, more than just putting words on a sales page, there's a lot of emotional thinking that has to go on underneath this, right? And what I see, yes, awesome takeaway, Kara, thank you. How to meet people where they are, describe it better than they can themselves. Yes, and once you can do this, you definitely have someone's attention and they want to hear because you have accurately described their problem. They automatically take the next step, which is to assume that you can solve it for them, right? So that's the next step That's the next step in this process. And in doing this, now again, being behind the scenes on so many launches, behind the scenes for so many, 7 and 8 figure businesses, what I see in common is that if you have gotten to that level in business, you know how to write copy. And not just that, you know how to go beyond billboard copy and know how to connect with your audience emotionally. And you know you know them inside and out. You know your target market inside and out. And you know how to communicate with your audience in a very deep way, right? So, hey, over here to Instagram, or we're talking to different cameras over here. So once you can describe that problem, right? Once you can tap into what's going on underneath, what someone says they want is not always what they actually want and need. That's the other piece here. And so you have to be able to see through what someone is telling you, what your audience is saying about what's really going on, and you have to diagnose the deeper issue going on. And when you can take that and put it into words, when you can take that and form it into a coherent narrative, when you can speak to those desires underneath, that is when you start connecting. That's when you start connecting with your audience. That's when copy almost becomes easy because you know it so, so well, right? And the other thing I see is people who are trying to grow their expert business, coaches, consultants, anybody selling a course or program at a price point of around $1,000, $1,500 and more. There's a decision that someone is making, first of all, and you're probably using a lot of different strategies. So you are launching, you're doing webinars, you're driving leads to an opt-in, and then you're following up an email. You're selling on Instagram, you're showing up on social consistently with content, right? And all of the things, the machine that you're building, all of it is powered by great copy. That's the secret that the dirty secret, so to speak, that people sort of miss out on. They're teaching these strategies. Great. Okay. We're gonna go do a webinar. We're gonna go, create a lead magnet. What powers all of those things is great copy. What powers those things is great copy. And great copy comes from not just saying, hey, go opt in for my thing. It's doing the work, taking those steps of really deeply understanding your audience. Really, really deeply understanding your audience. And most people will not do this work. They get a template, they go, look at a page that someone else is doing in their space, and they'll go, oh, that's good enough. Okay, let's adapt that. Or they break their heads against the wall, sitting in front of a blank screen, trying to write a thing and not knowing where to start, not knowing, okay, what do I follow? Or they go hire a copywriter, spend a bunch of money, and get something that does not sound like them. Uh, anybody had that experience? If you've had that experience, it's really, really frustrating. And having been on both sides as someone who writes copy for clients, but has also hired copywriters, trained copywriters, and has someone who writes in my voice too, believe it or not, being on both sides of this equation, I'm in this unique position to see where the obstacles are when it comes to being a business owner, writing copy for your own business, trying to outsource this, but knowing that it's got to be you at the end of the day, and getting to a place where the words are powering the strategies in your business and not the other way around, because everything at the end of the day is words, right? It is the missing piece underneath everything that makes it all work. So go ahead, write that down. Copy. Everything in your business is powered by words. And those words have to be a reflection of your deep understanding of your target audience's core desires. End of story. And a lot of the mistakes that I see are people who, first of all, haven't really done the deep digging to really get to the nuances. Or, they see someone else doing it, so they write something that's generic. They use phrases that they see everybody using because it sounds good without really, really getting specific. And the magic is in the nuances, right? So here is um, the way that you get someone to go, oh my gosh, yes, that's me, is by being really, really specific. A, understanding core emotions, and being really specific in the way you describe that. And that is, that's a skill. That's a business skill. And so knowing that that is a skill, it is, however, a skill that you can absolutely learn. It's not something that you need to go be a professional copywriter to do. It's something that if you understand a couple of the principles underneath it, you can absolutely do in your business. And it is a skill that you want to own in your business, right? So yeah, Kara saying copy everything in your business is powered by words. Awesome. I love your takeaways, Kara. Hey. Anybody else have takeaways? Feel free to drop them in the chat, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. Would love to hear your biggest takeaways here. Yeah, everything in your business is powered by words. And that's what's missing in a lot of the strategies, a lot of people who are teaching how to launch, how to grow a business, how to sell programs. Yes, they're addressing copy in some level, but they're not really focused on copy as the engine that powers everything else. And so that is where I come in. That is my passion, really taking the strategy, dialing in offer, your audience, and rooting everything in copy that converts and making sure that it's connected to those core desires at the end of the day. We don't do hype. We don't do salesy, overly salesy. We do copy that is true because it's rooted in those core emotions and it's real. And that is what I want for you. And the reason that I'm going here live here today and talking about this is because I am opening enrollment to my Copy Lab Inner Circle. And this is where the magic happens. This is where we figure out what those core desires are and put words to them so that you have the confidence to go and write the copy assets in your business that are going to enable you to launch your programs again and again and again. 100%. And Kara says they can be transferred via email, lives, in person, all the ways we communicate. 100%, all of the channels. And so once this core message is really, really clear, once your narrative, your nuanced narrative is really clear, it makes everything in your business so much easier. It makes all the copy in your business so much easier to write. So I am going to go ahead and drop the link in the comments and have it put in the description of these posts. If you are interested in applying for Copy Lab, enrollment is open for the next short period of time. I will be reviewing applications personally. It is by application only. And if you are interested in finding out more, go ahead and check out the application. Now, I am here to answer questions. If you have questions, comments, I would love those takeaways. I'm loving these takeaways, Kara, loving them. Feel seen, heard, and understood. Yes. Yes. Awesome. So here's the lesson for today. The lesson for today is this. Billboard copy, yes, it will get attention, but it's only going to capture a very small fraction of your audience when you need to be speaking to a much wider audience. And knowing how to tap into your audience's core desires and match the words to express them better than they can themselves is what is going to power your business as you launch your course or your program, and as you relaunch it, right? Because once you do this process once, everything gets a whole lot easier. And so I will be checking back here to see your takeaways, your comments, your questions, your thoughts on this. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. what is happening for you right now in your business. Do you feel confident in your copy? Do you know your audience's deep desires, or is it something that you would like to get better at? Go ahead and leave me a comment, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.